Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this semi-keto, no-bake chocolate cheesecake. So before we start, you're going to want to take about 13 ounces of cream cheese out of the fridge and just sit it on the counter so it can become room temperature. Then after you've done that, to make the crust, we're going to take about 35 Oreo cookies and we are going to remove the cream filling from the Oreo cookies. Just open up the Oreo cookie and just scrape it off. And repeat. So now that we have the cream separated from the cookies, we can set the cream aside. We're not gonna need to use that in the recipe. So now what we want to do is take the Oreos and put them in the blender, or you can use a food processor. This blender does not fit all of the Oreos, so we'll have to do it one at a time. Okay, so now we're going to take this bowl and empty out the Oreo. And then do it again. Okay, so we're going to empty out the Oreo crumbs, and then we're going to add about 5 tablespoons of melted butter into the Oreo crumbs. And just mix it up. Okay, so now you're going to need your springform pan. You can actually use any pan, but you'll just have to use a knife to cut it off the edges and make slices and stuff. So you're gonna add your cookie Oreo crust into the pan. And for this part, you can use a glass or any type of flattener that you can use, whatever you want. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is just flatten it. You're gonna flatten it and just press it down to make it compact and go it around the edges and the bottom. Okay, so now that we have the crust here, we're going to let this sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Okay, so now we want to get 1 cup of chocolate chips. It can be dark chocolate or bittersweet. I'm putting them in 2 different containers or glass bowls because I don't want the bottom to burn. If it's too thick, then the chocolate chips on the inside won't melt, but the ones at the bottom will burn. So if I have them at 2, it'll be more even. So then you want to melt these. You can either do it on stovetop or in the microwave, just until they become silky smooth. Okay, so I put the chocolate into 1 container and I melted it. It's nice and smooth. And now I'm just gonna set this aside. And then I'm going to use my electric mixer, and I'm going to use this attachment for what I'm going to do right now. Put this on. Oh, that's not going on. Okay. Put that on, and then what I'm going to do is add my cream cheese. Remember, 16 ounces room temperature cream cheese. Then right now I'm using monk fruit sugar, but you can use any type of sweetener of your choice. But I'm using monk fruit sugar. So I'm going to add 2/3 cup monk fruit sugar. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so now all the ingredients are in the stand mixer. Let's do it on speed 1. Okay, so after mixing this for like 1 minute, we're gonna take our melted chocolate and put it into the mixer with the cream cheese. Okay, so once you added the chocolate, we're just gonna mix the chocolate in for like 1 more minute. Okay, so after you finish mixing that, that should look like something like this. So right now we're gonna set this aside, and now we're gonna get a mixing bowl, and then we're gonna take 1 cup of heavy whip. Put the 1 cup of heavy whip in there. Okay, then we're going to mix it up until it thickens and you can form peaks. Okay, so after whipping the heavy whip cream for about 1 to 2 minutes, I'm gonna add it into the cream cheese filling. Actually, we're going to fold it into the cream cheese filling, and now we're just going to fold it. Okay, so now we are going to put our cheesecake together. This is the ganache that I made. I didn't show myself making it, so you just need to 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. It can be dark chocolate or bittersweet. I use bittersweet, and then you have to mix it in with heavy cream, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and then you microwave it, and then you wait for the chocolate chips to melt in, and then you can just whisk it up. And then so this is the ganache that I made. And so now we're going to take our crust. We're just going to this is the cheesecake filling that we made. And we're just going to add it on top of the crust. Okay, so now we're going to just spread out the cheesecake and flatten it. Okay, so now I'm going to add after I put the filling on top of the crust, I'm going to add my ganache on top of the filling. So get all of the ganache out. So I'm using a spatula. So do this very lightly so you don't mix the ganache into the filling. I'm just spreading it out very lightly, not putting any pressure onto it. So now you have to let this sit in the fridge for about 6 hours or more, at least 6 hours. Thanks for watching, and don't forget that you can also do this with a 0 sugar chocolate cookie to make it truly keto. See you next time. Bye.